Usually we do reviews of sporty cars or very fast motorcycles, but today we have got something completely different. It's a Volkswagen Caddy, and we're going to do a test ride today, and I will show you the features of the Volkswagen Caddy, how it drives, the problems with it, but also the good side. If you're interested in a Volkswagen Caddy, you should definitely watch this video. So this Caddy is from 2024. It's literally brand new. It just has over 10 kilometers. Latest design, looks very futuristic compared to the previous Caddies. This generation of the Caddy is packed with safety features. Most of them are optional, of course. Maximum speed assist system is very annoying. It starts beeping all the way. So what I directly do when I get in this car, I turn off the maximum speed assist, and what I also do is turn off the lane keeping assist. And to go there you have to go to the menu. You don't have a button like it used to have. But okay, then you say, what's the problem, right? I just got right into the problem now. The problem is each time you turn off the car and you turn it back on again, these systems are engaged again. That's the biggest problem. So, and there are no shortcut buttons. You have to go to the menu and go to the sub menu and then turn it off. So that's really that's the biggest annoyance I have with this car. This Caddy has a 2-liter TDI diesel engine, of course, turbo diesel injection. It has a maximum output of 122 horsepower. It is equipped with the 7-speed DSG transmission, which is the dual clutch transmission of Volkswagen. It is a well-known transmission, and my problem with that transmission is that it usually goes up in the gears way too fast, and with small petrol engines what happens is that on lower RPMs they do not offer a lot of torque, so the engine lacks power. But because this is a diesel engine, it just it pulls very good even from low RPMs. So this fast shifting of the DSG doesn't bother me at all with this drivetrain, with this engine. If we talk about the steering, at low speeds it's very light, but once you get going it firms up. And the most positive thing about steering is that usually in Volkswagen you have quite a big dead center, and here that's not really the case. It reacts pretty direct, which is surprisingly good for a van. I think the competitor of this car is also the Ford Connect, and cars from Ford have a very good steering feel, so I think that one is better than this one, but still for a Volkswagen this has pretty good steering. And suspension, the thing with vans is when they are empty, the suspension is based on a loaded setting if they do not have adaptive suspension. And with this car, the car is at the moment it's completely empty. The front suspension is very nice and smooth, and the rear isn't that firm. So suspension is also decent. And the brakes, well, they aren't performance brakes, but they do their job, and pedal feel is pretty gradual. That's also a positive thing. Look, we put it in sport mode, or no, that's not full throttle, maybe 70%, but it picks up very nicely on its torque, keeps the revs low. This 2-liter TDI engine revs up to 4500 RPM. Of course, this car is brand new, we won't push the engine that much. And with the DSG transmission, I forgot to mention, it also has pedal shifters. I haven't tried them yet, but let's try them. 1500 RPMs in third gear. Let's give it some throttle. It picks up pretty good. The reaction to the pedals is pretty slow, but it's fine. I mean, it's a van. Who's gonna drive sporty in a van? That's a bit Okay, interior wise, these nice lights here on the upper part of the Caddy, the huge storage here, and now the headlight controls. It's a touch screen, and this is also ventilation and defrosting of the heating of the rear and front window. We have the instrument cluster, a digital instrument cluster, so you can change its views by this view button here. You can have this non-preferred manner. You have the speed dial, but without a rev counter, and you have the rev counter with a digital speedometer. You cannot have both. I would like to have both, but that's on the optional larger virtual cockpit or something they call it. And now when we have these buttons here for the hazard lights, climate control shortcut button, and assist systems shortcut button. I mentioned that huge list, so you have to turn them off again each time you start the car. That's a big annoyance for me, but oh well. Yeah, you have the menu. These are the menu buttons. You have some overview of all the settings, and you have the menu here. Cell phone, radio, media, vehicle settings, Apple CarPlay. This car is equipped with the Apple CarPlay, parking assist, the assist systems, general car setup, sounds, the user, and you have climate here and legal things, data. So we go to car settings. Here you have the car. Okay, outside tire thing. Maybe we can see the tire pressure. Let me see. Can we see the tire pressure? No. You have to turn off the start stop from here. Look, turns off. And I always try to turn it off. So we have driven it for 100 kilometers, and it's still almost 100 kilometers, and it still has 840 kilometers left, which is pretty good. I think these cars, I'm not sure how much fuel capacity, how much diesel goes in those cars, but I will put it on the screen. And we've done today with a lot of stop and go, so not efficient driving at all. We have done 7.5 liters per 100 kilometer. We have the touch buttons here for the climate. It could be more intuitive. I mean, just a physical button would be a lot better in my opinion. And here at steering we have the cruise control. Here you have the voice assist, so you can give commands by voice. The view button I mentioned earlier, and you press this one, you go to that screen. Oh, you cannot press it. I think with the upgraded one you can have a lot of variations, but not with this one. Yeah, so that's the interior. I mean, What do you think of this van review, the Volkswagen Caddy? Feel free to comment down below your thoughts on the Caddy. Maybe you're in a certain profession where you use a Caddy on a daily basis, so feel free to share your experiences. Let's get on the highway. Comfort mode 80, 90, 100. Without trying. And wind, with vans we have a high frontal area. We're doing 130 kilometers, and wind noise, I mean, yeah, compared to a sporty car it's a lot more, but for a van it's pretty good. We're doing 140, 130, 140, yeah, I'm not giving it full throttle at all. 150. Of course you hear wind noise with half throttle. 160, 161. I mean, it's pretty smooth. Yeah, the wind noise is getting quite noticeable. 165. But stability wise, come on, we're driving a van, it's pretty stable. It's really stable. Oil temperature went up to 108 degrees Celsius. That's a bit too high for my liking, 1.7. On the highway it's pretty nice to cruise in. And after 140-ish, then the wind noise becomes very noticeable. But below that it's acceptable. Well, the Volkswagen Caddy. For a van, it's a pretty nice van. You have a lot of options which come from the Golf. A lot of it is optional, and you know how it is with German cars. When you tick those option boxes, then the price also can double. But yeah, you have to prioritize which options are important for you. For my opinion, I would definitely get the LED headlights because they just make the car so much more nice. The instrument clusters, yeah, you could get the upgraded one. That would add a few more options here. This division panel with the soft touch material gives the interior much more premium feel, even though it's not premium, but gives a more premium feel instead of a cheap feel. Steering wheel is nice, this armrest is also pretty good, and this DSG transmission for vans. Of course, the cheaper ones come with a manual transmission, but come on, this is a work van. You would like to, you know, rest in between the jobs you have, so get an automatic one in. For the resale value, an automatic one is always a lot better, don't forget that. And the downsides, of course, is the annoyance of that you have to constantly turn off the assist systems, but oh well. And performance-wise, look, doing 140 in a van, nice to cruise with this car. I mean, it's pretty fine. Tire noise, of course, these aren't premium tires. And it was surprisingly agile. The steering was pretty good for a van. I mean, it's a very nice van to have. I think that's the video for now. Comment down below what you think of the van. Share your thoughts with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.